They're going to wait a little bit to give you the college football playoff rankings. We're going to give them to you right now on this show, The Hard Count, on this platform, the On3 YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, College Football Sickos, the time is now. We're here. We're into the season. We want y'all a part of this. Come and join this college football sicko community. No hot takes, no clickbait, no just saying something to get traffic. We're not into that. We're into ball and only ball, so we appreciate y'all being the exact same way as us and for joining the community and being subscribed. So we're going to give you our top 12 here. Couple of disclaimers before we jump into that. The first, it's week 1. We are going to use more than just one data point to put together this top 12. Okay, so when I'm talking about week 1, it factors in, but honestly, there's still a fair amount of what we believe about these rosters to be true that is going to make up this top 12. Like if we were going to just say, you know, this is the top 12 based on just week 1, it'd probably look a little bit different, which I'll talk about as we go here. The other thing I would say, if we don't mention your team, there's a good chance they're in that bubble category. We also talk about bubble teams every single Wednesday on the live show here, 11 a.m. Eastern, another reason to be subscribed. So, last disclaimer, the 12 seed for us, we're going to treat this like the college football playoff rankings. So we have 11 teams that will all be P4 or in that category. We got Notre Dame in here. Spoiler alert. They will all be P4 caliber teams. The 12th seed will be a G5 team. This could change throughout the course of the year. It will change throughout the course of the year, but this is not me telling you that App State is the 12th best team in the country, but I do think they are right now the best G5 team. So we'll start there with 12. You could say Boise State has a case. Liberty, they beat Campbell in not super convincing fashion, but a dub's a dub. Appalachian State, they play Clemson. That's going to give us a pretty good gauge for what they are overall. Maybe not they win that game. I'm not predicting that right now, but I'm just saying how they play against Clemson could give us a good gauge for what they are as a G5 team. So far, nothing from App State that would give me any reason to not believe they're going to be that G5 team in the college football playoff. So right now, we got App State at 12. It looks quirky. It feels quirky saying they're a top 12 team. But again, for the purpose of this rankings, which is the college football playoff picture, we got them at 12. Now at 11, I got Penn State. And Penn State, man, they heard all of us this offseason saying, well, what about the explosivity? Well, what about the receivers? Drew Aller and company went nuts against West Virginia. Hand up, I missed on that one. They scored 34 points. That offense looks revamped. They got to do it now for some sustained period of time. But, like, if that's the Penn State offense we get, they're going to be a playoff team, and they are going to be a force for a lot of these teams they have left on the schedule. They play Ohio State. I believe it's in Happy Valley. Okay, now, hey, we'll see. We'll see is all I'm going to say. Penn State look real good. They'll finish a lot higher than 11 if they keep trending that way. Now, you could make a case for this team at 10 to be in the top 3 if we're going just off week 1. I got Miami at number 10. 41-17, just drugged. Just absolutely drugged through the mud, Florida. Cam Ward, in the best way possible, has a screw loose. He was playing in the swamp. Looked like he was playing at someone's barbecue. Two-hand touch football. Like just so casual, so nonchalant, and did that to the tune of almost 400 yards passing. So Miami, they look different. They will be a force this year. I got them at number 10. Notre Dame could also make a case for them being a top 3, top 5 team if you're going just off week 1 because they played a pretty good opponent in Texas A&M. This is a massive road win for a number of reasons. One, it's the first game of the Riley Leonard era. Found a way to get it done. We said it during our reaction video. Better to be gritty than pretty sometimes. Even with the output offensively not being what you would have hoped from a Mike Denbrock offense and with all the weapons they have on that offense, still a lot of, I think, cause for optimism, a lot of validation. Bo Collins is a dude. Jeremiah Love is a dude. Chris Mitchell is a dude. Like, you're going to see, I think, that offense continue to ramp it up. But that defense, man, I said it during our reaction. They can get into a street fight, I think, with anybody in America. I feel that good about them. A lot of adults on that defense, guys that play a lot of football, and it showed in College Station in front of 100-some-odd thousand. Notre Dame at 9. At number 8, I got Utah. Cam Rising looks like he's back. I understand it was Southern Utah, so take of that as you will. I'm just not picking against a Cam Rising-led Utah with Kyle Whittingham running the show. They have proven too many times that if you sleep on them, they will wake you up. So we keep them at 8 right now, and excited for them to play somebody here in the not-too-distant future. At number 7, I got Michigan. They didn't cover. They looked a little bit, they didn't look like the dominant national champs they were last year. But I'm not dropping them out of the top 10 or out of the top 7, I guess, for the sake of this conversation, just because they didn't cover against Fresno State. Give them some time. Davis Warren's first start. That defense is still very Michigan-ish. Josiah Stewart was a savage for them last night. Had like 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. He's going to be a dude, I think, throughout the course of this season, obviously. Michigan, a lot of confidence still in that roster. Got Texas next week. That'll be a very, very good test. At number 6, I got Bama. No Saban, but they made it look easy against WKU. I mean, they scored 63. They allowed 0. What do you really break down from that? Everything we thought the offense would be under Jalen Milroe, with them catering to his skill set. Kalen DeBoer-led attack. It translated last night. Going to space you out. Going to have answers for whatever you want to do, trying to stop the run, trying to stop the pass. They'll have different options built into, I believe, a lot of those plays, period. Like, I think they'll do a lot of the RPO game. Jalen Milroe on those design quarterback runs is an absolute problem, and you saw that in this game against WKU. The bottom line here is Alabama, they're going to have a chance to move up, but right now I got them at 6, which is right around where we had them in the preseason. Now, at number 5, this is the team I had in the top 4 going into the year. They don't look great against Idaho. That's Oregon. Not overreacting to the game against Idaho. I know if you're an Oregon fan, it feels like a loss. Offensively, still some pretty strong numbers. Like, Dylan Gabriel still had a great day at the office. 24 points, though, is not going to get it done. They know that. I know that. Everyone in the college football world knows that. I think the game against Idaho, you kind of chalk up to, okay, week 1, some new pieces, new quarterback, a lot of penalties. Like, I'm not going to be super knee-jerky with them playing Idaho close. Just kind of let it be what it is and see what they are over the course of the next few weeks. I got Ole Miss at 4. They're up a spot. They handled business against Furman, 76-0. Do I need to say much more? 76-0. They're on a mission. They looked like it. They played like it. Jackson Dart went nuts. They're at 4 this week. We'll see what they are going forward. Texas handled Colorado State 52-0. Got Arch Manning in the game. Kind of nice to see. Quinn Ewers doing the whole like Patrick Mahomes no look little deal he was doing there. Pretty dominant. Dominant like you would expect a top 3 team in America to be. And they got Michigan next week. Got to go to their place. That's going to shake up this top 12. Texas at 3, and we're going to learn a lot about them next week in terms of their ability to go toe-to-toe with, again, a really good defense in Michigan. Ohio State at 2. Not much to talk about here. Handled Akron. Will Howard threw 3 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith looked like everyone talked about him looking this whole offseason. 2 touchdowns. He's going to be a sicko for Ohio State for a long time. Showed it in this game. Ohio State, I'm very excited to see how they trend throughout the course of the season. But one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in all of college football, and that's Ohio State. Georgia, they're at 1. They flexed on a top 15 Clemson outfit. 34-3 was the final. They're just getting started, is the scary thing to me. Like, yesterday was a perfect example of why versatile Georgia should scare everybody. Clemson sold out to stop the run, through the kitchen sink. They said, you're not going to run the football in the first half. So Mike Bobo says, okay, we'll get on the perimeter. We'll let playmakers eat. We'll do some misdirection. Dylan Bell sweep. Let's roll. And they did exactly that. Carson Beck executed the whole thing to a T, and they turned it on in the second half behind a third-string running back in Nate Frazier, fourth-string running back, whatever you want to call him. He went nuts as a true freshman and reminded everyone why Georgia is, in fact, the big dog. So to recap it here, Georgia is the best team in America for us on this show. Ohio State at 2, Texas at 3, Ole Miss at 4, Oregon at 5, Alabama at 6, Michigan at 7, Utah at 8, Notre Dame at 9, Miami at 10, Penn State at 11. That 12th spot, again, we're treating that as a college football playoff seed for what we believe will be the best G5 team in America, the G5 conference champ that gets in. For us right now, that's still Appalachian State until we have reason to believe otherwise. Keep it locked right here. Let us know your top 12. I'm sure we'll agree 100% across the board, as we always do, but looking forward to hearing what y'all have to think about the college football world and these college football playoff picture rankings after week 1 of the season. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.